Hello, all you folks out there in YouTube land. Lord Crocus Squirrel of the Overly Caffeinated, alongside the lovely Kitty of Undercaffeinated.
Hello, everybody.
I offered her some coffee. She didn't take it. I wonder why. Oh, right, because we're on different friggin' continents. Keep forgetting that part. All right. All right. So, as you're all wondering what we're here for today, well, the video title should probably have told you, but in case you weren't paying attention to that, we are going to have a look at a fun little game called Shock Tactics. I have not actually played this game. I fired it up long enough to make sure that there was nothing I needed to tweak in the options, which were kind of a little thin for what I like in a game like this, but at least I wasn't confronted by a stock Unity menu before we started everything going. So, we have soldiers, we have tanks, we have fun stuff, and I got this one from one of my usual PR firms. Not the PR firm that usually gives me nothing but good games, or gives me very few games that suck anyway. This one here tends to be a little better curated than the really big one. Whoa! Euro Video! Point blank. I'm guessing that's the studio that made it. Alright, loading. I like this thing they've got going on here with the loading screen. I don't know why. Continue loading. New game. Options. Credits. We're not going to look at the credits because, well, we don't need to. Alright. Options. You can have English, German, Russian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and English again. Your tutorial on or off, autosave on or off, sound. These are just kind of some general sound settings. Ambient effects, voice, music, master. Yep, okay. Now, please be aware that these settings right here are just about the stock. I did very little in terms of changing them up, and the sound levels were already acceptable for recording. Graphics. Now, the default graphics for this thing are 6040 by 480 full screen, which is predictably rather fuzzy. But we can do the thing here. So, alright. Also, if you look at the upper right hand corner, we're getting kind of a 51 to 60 frames per second on this 1060 card here. And that's at their high presets. We can do a custom preset, low, normal, and hooray. Controls. No, we can discard the saves. And of course, they give you the opportunity for that sort of thing here. Not much for mouse controls. Great. Yes, we're okay with the default input configuration since we didn't change it. Versions number 6162. Okay. Alright. Let us begin. I select your difficulty and you can change it later. Content tourist, normal, hard, and holy crap. We're going to do this at Content Tourist, not because I'm being a puss, but because I actually want to be able to show you guys the game without things going sideways in the first 5 seconds. Because I know me, shit will go sideways the first 5 seconds. Turn-based strategy games are kind of like that sometimes. Loading the world map. This can take a few minutes. That's not a good sign, folks. On one hand, yes, I see where you would do this. Having people not think that your shit is just dead. That's a good thing. However, if you have to spend a few minutes loading the entire world map, then maybe you want to start working on it in little pieces. Oh well, so much for a few minutes. More loading screen. Wow.
Hellfest was a great find for humanity. I would say the most important one in recent history. We learned so much about the universe and life. It was like discovering the birthplace of our galaxy. I was on the first ship that landed, and I tell you what, this place was harsh. Forget your helmet one time and you're done in under a minute.
Ooh.
You did not want to go outside unless you had to. I'm talking about caustic storms, toxic gas, fire, and lightning strikes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Cap's first mission. I can remember that one like it was yesterday. I was supposed to find a location in the center of the sector to conduct my research. I traveled with a team of mercs and an ATV. Our job was to scout out the territory first, and then set up camp and wait for late arrivals to come in and bulk up our ranks. Anyway, we made it about halfway. Then we got attacked by some crawlers.
Crawlers. Okay. So apparently there is actually local fauna.
Ignatius was one of our few tech specialists. He was going to work as a mechanic and researcher in the same sector Cap was in. We sent him out with a large merc team and an ATV for transporting his equipment. Cap's team and a few others were to meet up with him at the camp and then move out from there. The local aliens, the crawlers, had been making our existence there extremely difficult. They attacked and completely immobilized Ignatius and his team, forcing Cap into a rescue with a one-man team.
Ooh, Cap gets to work by himself. And, of course, our lady here, yeah, voice acting needs a little work there. Sorry, kiddo. I'm sure you tried really hard, but... a little more emotion would be nice in here.
ASD to pan the camera, mouse wheel to zoom in and out, QE to rotate, or hold the middle mouse button to freely rotate. Every action you make costs action points, AP. Every character has his own pool of AP. Right-click on the field to move to the marked location.
Okay.
You may also move one field at a time. As long as you stay within the green area, you still have enough AP to shoot or use an ability.
Right.
Move to the marker through the blue area to sprint.
Okay.
Your turn ends automatically when your unit can no longer perform any more actions. Then the enemy turn begins. If your mercenary discovers an enemy, his movement stops so that you can react to the new situation using your remaining AP. Cover is visible when hovering over a field with your cursor. Objects can provide good cover, bad cover, or none at all. Cover is only viable. Right-click on an enemy to shoot, or left-click on the default attack skill in your skill bar at the bottom of the screen. Attacking always consumes all remaining action points. Select an enemy to shoot. The appearance of red lines between your unit and an enemy indicates that you're within each other's line of sight. From this position, you can see the enemy and shoot at them, but they can see you and shoot back as well. The hit chance indicates the chance of a single bullet to hit the target. When weapons fire multiple bullets, each bullet has that chance to hit.
Cap's came in the last second. I was alone with my back to the ATV, emptying magazines at the crawlers when he stepped out of the fog and started killing them all around me. So we had a minute to breathe, and I told him to watch my back so I could fix the ATV and we could get out of there.
Yeah, apparently I'm a multi-badass. Fixing the ATV. Alright.
I was in contact with Cap the whole time. There was another contractor on the way to support them, but I was afraid he wouldn't make it in time. Cap needed to hold out for just one more minute.
Left-click on a character to select them. Alternatively, left-click on their portrait or use Tab and Shift to switch between available characters. Select your mercenary.
With 2 men on the ground, Cap was able to form a decent defensive line.
Now, while I was doing my thing as fast as I could, I heard another gun rattling on top of the first one and thought, thank God that was close. I kept working, listening to the sound of the guns to calm my nerves, thinking as long as they kept going, I was safe.
Movement denied. Denied. Alright. Cover to cover. Just gonna zip over here and assume that that's cover. Who the fuck are you? Okay, we're done. Okay. Where's my... Oh, there's my intern. There it is. Okay, there's 2 more.
Yeah.
Come here, Red. Go over here, and like so, and shoot that guy. Alright. You go over there. That one is still undercover. Can't get there from here. Can't hit that here from here. Go back there. Now my master. Really? That's fucking rude.
Wow.
And you turn manually by clicking the skip button or pressing the spacebar for each of your mercenaries.
How dare it?
Wow, at least let me get around here.
The guns kept rattling and I finished my repairs and we grabbed our stuff and got the hell out of there.
More of them.
This planet is infested with the scholars.
Yes, it is. I think that was kind of the point. Yep, and mission 1 is ending just as the dinosaurs are telling me that we gotta go. So that is the end of the tutorial.
Away from there. They drove the rest of the day until they reached their actual destination.
All right, so that takes care of that, I think. We had 9 minutes and 48 seconds. And while it does the rest of the loading...
We knew we weren't the only ones heading for Heffest and a piece of the pie. This new world was without law or leader, and it was rich in rare resources. So of course there was an interest, and we knew we'd have competition. It wasn't long after setting foot on the new world that we saw a small craft dropping near what would be Cap Sector. It carried about 20 men.
All right. So that's it. That is, I think, going to be it for this particular game. Copy. I'm out of. Speaking of that, I'm out of copy. I have to make some more, maybe. I don't know. That copy tends to be a little expensive, said though. So anyway, that's going to be it for us today, I think. What do you think, Kitty?
A nice shooter game.
Well, it's a turn-based strategy game. It's StarCraft turned.
Yeah.
It's StarCraft except with turn-based strategy, and yeah, not much has changed if we're being completely honest.
No.
But well, as a strategy game, it's pretty much business as usual. Most turn-based strategies are, of course, overhead. And they actually did some work on this. This impresses me. There's nothing really new here, but you know what? For your run-of-the-mill average thing, it does pretty well, and it isn't broken. So I'm gonna call that a success for them.
I especially like that the crawlers are particularly repulsive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was some work done in this regard.
So, let me remind you a little bit about my editorial and review policy. Number 1, a strictly average game is 5, not 7. Okay, you have to do some really good work to get a 7 around here. Okay, if you get more than a 7, then you've done brilliant work, and you should be very proud of yourselves. This game is what I consider to be the epitome of a 5 for this particular situation. I will play through the rest of the game and get you a more final score, but count on it to be in about the 5 range. It's average. It's not anything that I'm going to find super absorbing, but I will actually get to and do a review. It's not going to be the broken as shit one that like a Digital Homicide game would generally get. But your gameplay is passable. It works for what it is, and it is not what it is. A couple of little boneheaded things that I don't like about it. But it's overall it's solid. It's not going to do anything too obnoxious. As far as the rest of it goes, yeah, we'll see.
Just one thing. I would prefer that it had the controller ability.
That would be nice. But unfortunately, mouse and keyboard is usually the way to go for these kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So, This video is run on already according to our dinosaurs, a little too on the long side. So it's about time to sign off. So we'll be back tomorrow with another video. But between now and then, be safe, be sane.
Let's make games fun again. See ya.